Let's begin our practice by coming into the back of our mat on a kneeling position. Raise your arms up 3 times, inhaling and exhaling, and then place your palms on your heart space and take a few breaths, maybe 5 breaths here. Come down to child's pose. Take 5 breaths. Reach hands to top of your mat. We're just gonna warm up our spine by doing a few spinal warm-ups. Just doing a few cat and cows, maybe 5 breaths. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, round your back. Come back to child's pose. And then we're just gonna do a few spinal waves. Coming to upper dog. And then back to child's pose. Child's pose, upper dog, and then downward facing dog. This is our first down dog. So let's pedal our feet, just switching left and right, and we're gonna hold our down dog for 3 breaths. And then we're just gonna do a variation of down dog, which is the twisted pose. Just do it both sides for maybe 2 breaths each side. And we're just gonna hold our downward facing dog, and then start walking to the top of your mat, just swaying from side to side, lifting your left arm and then your right arm up, bending the opposite knee. Maybe do it maybe 5 times each side. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, flat back. A few times like this. When you're ready, come rise all the way up. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back, gaze forward. Step back to plank. Come to cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, and then start walking to the top of the mat. Inhale, come rise all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, step back, come to cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Come to the top of the mat. We're gonna do another round. Inhale, come rise all the way up. Inhale, exhale, heart center. Inhale and exhale. Come to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. When you're ready, step to the back, to the top of your mat. Inhale, come rise all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back, gaze forward. Step or jump back to Chaturanga. And then upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise all the way up. And then come to chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back. And then jump back or step back to Chaturanga. And then upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. When you're ready, lift your left knee. Start circling the knee to warm it up. 3 circles each side, maybe left and right. Then left, step it on the in between your hands. Make sure your knee is aligned with your foot, with your ankle, I mean. Then come into half split. Just inhaling up and down. And come into, we're gonna do a variation of camel pose. So just come into your low lunge and then extend your leg and come to camel pose with your left leg extended and your right hand extended to the back. Do this a few times and then swivel your right leg, extend the left knee, left arm extended, and then swivel to a bird dog kind of position. And we're gonna do a few push-ups here, maybe 5 times. Just doing one-legged push-ups with our bird dog. Now try if you can lift your leg and then come into bird dog pose. Try if you can reach your left knee with the opposite arm. If you fall over, just try again. Inhale, come to one-legged down dog and then one-legged Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. We're gonna do the right leg now. Lift your right leg, just warm it up a bit, maybe 3 times, left and right, and then step it on in between your come to half split, just moving forward and back a few times just to warm up the hamstrings. And then we're gonna hold it for 5 breaths or maybe 3 breaths. And then come into low lunge position again. We're gonna do same movements on this side with our low lunge to half camel pose movements. Extend your right leg, your right arm to the side, and extend your left arm back, looking up, shining your heart to the sky. Inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly. Now we're gonna swivel to the right side. Extend your right leg now. Try if you can lift it. Extend your right arm overhead. And we're gonna come into our bird dog push-ups a few times, maybe 5 times. When you're done, come up to one-legged downward facing dog, and come back to bird dog push-ups again, and then come back to one-legged. We're gonna do the flow, one-legged chaturanga. Inhaling upward facing dog, exhaling downward facing dog. So lift your left leg again. Inhale, exhale. We're gonna come into our high lunge position. And then with our hands to prayer, we're gonna do the high lunge twist. Look to your left for 3 breaths. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands in prayer position. Come into warrior pose, and then peaceful warrior. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, come back to warrior. Exhale, peaceful warrior. We're gonna transition into our triangle pose. You can use block here if you need support. Back to warrior. Then we're gonna do the other side. So we're gonna do the warrior on the right side now. Inhaling warrior. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, warrior pose. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, warrior. And then exhale, come into triangle pose on the right side, looking up, gazing to the tips of your fingers. Then come back to warrior pose, and hands to prayer. Come all the way down. Into wide-legged position. Just Do a few movements looking up and down, and then come back to high lunge on the left side. Exhale, one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. When you're ready, we're gonna do the right leg now. Inhale, lift your leg and then step it in between your palm. Let's come to high lunge pose. Inhale. Exhale. We're gonna do the twist on the right side now, looking up. 3 breaths here. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale. We're gonna do the flow. One-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. To recenter ourselves. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, come back to high lunge. And then warrior pose. Hands to prayer, and we're gonna come into our goddess pose. If you're feeling strong today, you don't need to lift your heels. They can stay on the mat. Then come back up. Exhale, we're gonna do the flow on the other side. One-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your leg up. Exhale, step it on the side of the mat, maybe slightly outside of the mat. Start pushing your left leg. We're gonna do lizard kind of push-ups here. If you're a little bit advanced, you can tuck your toe and lift your thighs off the mat. If not, it can just stay on the mat. And then try if you can rub your foot and do the lizard twist. 3 breaths. Come back to lizard pose. Inhale, one-legged down dog. Exhale, we're now gonna come into our pigeon pose to create space in our glutes and to start slowing down. Do a few movements looking up and down, like kind of push-ups but in pigeon position. And when you're ready to hold, we're gonna hold this for about 1 minute or 10 breaths if you can't hold 1 minute. Just try your best. You can get lots of benefits from this pose. This pose is very good for creating space in our glutes, for mobility and flexibility, so we can move with ease in our everyday life. If you're up for it, you can go all the way down to sleeping pigeon and hold it for maybe another 10 breaths here. If you could, just breathe through it. We're gonna come into mermaid pose. You don't need to do the full mermaid. If you don't have the flexibility, you can just hold your foot. First variation, you can just hold your foot, inhaling and exhaling here. But if you have the flexibility, you can do the full mermaid. Interlace your fingers. This is more like a back bend, so inhale deeply, exhale slowly. When you're ready, come up to downward facing dog. Lift your leg, right leg up now. We're gonna do the other side. We always have to balance both sides of our body. Come into lizard pose. Start swaying from side to side to warm up the hips. And if you're feeling strong today, you can lift your thighs off the mat and do the push-ups like what I'm doing. But if you prefer just staying down, it's okay too. Don't force yourself. Listen to your body. We're gonna do the lizard twist now. Looking to your right and grab your left foot with your right hand. Inhaling and exhaling. Come back to one-legged down dog. Inhale, exhale, come to pigeon pose on the right side. Inhale, look up. Exhale, just do a few movements up and down. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe 5 times like this. When you're ready to hold, place your elbows on the mat and we're just gonna breathe here. Just gonna observe the body, releasing tension, observing whatever comes up, just let it go. Breathe deeply, exhaling slowly. Release. There's no need to hold on to any stiffness or tension in your body. Just let them go. No more holding on. If you're up for it, come all the way down to sleeping pigeon and just surrender to this pose. Inhale and exhale. Come back up when you're ready, and then we're gonna do the mermaid. If you don't have the flexibility to do the full mermaid, just grab your foot and just hold it there and breathe. You can clasp your hands like what I'm doing, but if you have the flexibility to do the full mermaid, just look up with the clasped hands and then breathe deeply here. Just surrender to the pose. Inhale, come back to downward facing dog. Just paddle your feet. 3 breaths. When you're ready, we're gonna flow. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. We're gonna come down into our mat now. Lie on your back and then come into bridge position. Lift your hips up. Inhaling and exhaling, just holding the bridge. Exhale, lower your bottom to the mat. And if you've been doing yoga for a while, you can do the full wheel with me. If you're not comfortable of doing this, just stay on your bridge and hold it there for 5 breaths. You don't need to do the full wheel. And all together now, let's hug our knees and hug our body. Self-love hug. And then we're just gonna sway our hips from side to side to massage our lumbar spine, to release the tension that we created from doing the bridge or the wheel pose. So just do a few on the others, both sides, and now we're gonna come into our butterfly pose. This is a very calming pose. Reclined butterfly pose. Just breathe here. Place your hands on your heart. Inhaling and exhaling. Then we're gonna do the twist to release tension in our shoulders. So shift your leg, your knee to the right side, and then your left extended on the left. Come back, and then we're gonna do the right side now. So you're looking to your right and your knee is crossed over your left leg. Give yourself another hug. And now we're gonna come into our final pose, our Savasana. Allow your entire body to relax. Hands to your side, palms facing up. Taking this moment to just be observing the body, observing any sensations that comes up, and let them go. Let's soak in all the work we just did. Rest here for a few more moments, and then when you're ready, roll over to your favorite side and come up to kneeling position. Raise your arms up, thanking yourself for your beautiful practice. Namaste.